My name is Sean O'Leary. I'm the founder of SYFR Projects. I'm also the artist manager on our team.
I'm Wonder. I'm actually the first artist signed to SYFR Projects and also co-founder of SYFR Projects.
How was SYFR Projects started, and what was kind of your initial vision for it?
Yeah, that's a great question. We started SYFR Projects about 2 years ago. Wonder is actually my brother. We had been, sort of working together. I was actually doing tech startups before making the jump into artist management. Mm-hmm. And when I, started learning about the data and the things that he needed to do in order to start an artist career, I got really, really interested. And a lot of the experience that I had doing tech, I was able to transfer over into developing an artist. And that got me excited.
Right.
So really to get it going, I just moved to Nashville. He had an open room, mm-hmm. and I started booking shows. So we started kind of like at ground one, maybe.
Right.
Sort of seeing what we had. So we were focused on developing his performance, developing his music, and then quickly started studying distribution.
Right.
And as we did that, we realized that it was super important to have agreements in place, and that's where the publishing side of SYFR Projects really got its birth.
In terms of music publishing, what have been kind of the biggest challenges to learning or overcoming?
Yeah, understanding it.
It's pretty confusing, isn't it?
No, I think that one of the biggest challenges was just the idea of it. Mm-hmm. Because everybody's response is what I just did there. And it requires an ability to be able to read and sit down and do the reading, to figure out what the difference between mechanical royalties and sound recording royalties. That took me 3 or 4 months, and it's a super simple thing, but it wasn't brought to me in a very consumable way. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of cool resources now, and to shamelessly plug Songtrust, I am a fan of all the Instagram posts that you guys put out. Mm-hmm. You really break it down, you make it super simple, and we've been handing out guides now, just trying to explain to people the different types of royalties that you need to collect, and the different platforms that you need to use to collect those royalties. And probably the most challenging thing has been figuring out how we can create an agreement that allows artists at an early stage to control the music, and at the same time cater to producers and songwriters and other people that we have involved in the tracks, that are also, at the beginning of their careers, just getting their wheels rolling.
A lot of people don't even know that there's the publishing side. They only think of the master side, So just being super transparent and open with them so that they know that they can trust you. That's one of your guys' goals and one of ours at Songtrust here as well.
Yeah, and we're also learning too. So, as we learn, we've gone back and we've revised contracts and agreements. So we make sure, and we literally have examples of, hey, when we've made a mistake with mechanical versus sound recording royalties. We have made that mistake before when we were first getting started on agreements, and going back and making sure that we're compensating people in the way that we initially thought that we were going to. Mm-hmm. And we had explained to them that we were. And what's great about the mechanical side is a lot of it is we can go retroactively collect royalties.
Right.
And it does take a while to get those royalties, so it's really easy for us to make those changes.
And you guys were kind of at the point, right, that you were risking losing royalties that you were owed when looking for kind of a publishing deal or a publishing administrator, right?
We were probably getting kind of close with our early records.
Yeah.
It was a lack of education on the space. We were registered with BMI, so we knew that we were collecting performance royalties, but it was understanding mechanical royalties and sort of how those worked.
How you came across Songtrust, and I guess how your experience has been.
Yeah, so we met Alex actually out in LA at a Christmas party for Downtown Publishing, and he was just getting started at that time. And I remember, the first time he sort of explained to me what you guys did, I was like, oh, okay, cool, like, let's grab a coffee. It seems like this is something that's important. And I still didn't really get it. So, we went and got a coffee, and I thought about it a lot. I started doing research on other publishing administration companies, so competitors, and contracts were like what we were really focused on. So a lot of our sprints at that time were built out around understanding contracts and making sure that our contracts were advantageous for our producers. And I was going into all the terms of service agreements with all the different companies, and it was a really great process, honestly. Alex was great in educating me and getting me up to speed. It took me a couple months to really figure it out, but he was patient with me there, and it wasn't pushy to make me feel uncomfortable, and provided me with resources and guided me to you guys' website. And
right.
I got a lot of information there that I was having trouble getting elsewhere. And then on the contract side, there was no ownership taken from our artist compositions. The term too, so if our artist did want to explore a publishing deal, that music isn't tied down.
Right.
We still have a lot of freedom to move, and we can choose, like, hey, if there was a record that we didn't want to collect publishing on, we don't have to submit it, which was really cool. So there was just a lot of freedom in the agreements, and so yeah, it was super simple. We trusted the team, and we have someone that we can talk to there. That's huge. With our distributors, even the DIY space, it's very difficult. Like, customer service almost doesn't exist. Yeah, we've had a really, really good experience with y'all.
Can I hear kind of from your point of view how using the Songtrust platform has been in registering songs?
Yeah, it's been super easy. I feel like the way the website's set up, it's pretty intuitive, and it's nice because when you go into submit a song, it doesn't require a whole lot of information. It's just a few simple steps that pretty much just pull from your distributor, and then you can honestly search your song on Spotify, which is one of the better aspects of it, I think, because you kind of get a little bit more validation that, oh, it's actually my song that's being put. A lot of the other websites, it's just, they're like, okay, it's registered, but that makes it really easy, and it literally, like Sean said, it takes 5 seconds to do anything, and to add a new songwriter or to split, any of the royalty on it, super simple, and yeah, it's been really nice, and it's an updated platform. I think for a millennial like myself, it's nice to have just a clean platform to look at that, is similar to your everyday app that you're using. So it's been really good.
For anyone watching, anyone who is a songwriter, a producer, a manager out there, kind of what advice would you give for them looking to kind of grow their career in the music industry?
I think what's really important is to start measuring things. Look at where you're at today. And what's great is you have so much information. You have there's Spotify for artists. There's all sorts of data and maps on even on Songtrust, showing you where your music is being listened to, who your followers are, who's listening to your music. Study that stuff, and start building out goals around that. Every 2 weeks, every month, make sure that you're going back and you're looking, okay, have we grown? And start pulling in those things that you've been doing. So, hey, the last 2 weeks, we did these 3 things, and our followers on Instagram went up by 50, or my streams on Spotify went down, or my monthly listeners went down by 1,000. Yeah, you just want to make sure that you're growing every single day, and I don't know, have fun with it too. This is music. It is an art, just as much as it is a business. Coming
up in 2020, what does Cypher have planned? What does Wonder have planned?
Got a lot coming up this year. We're doing Sexual dropped, and we have South by Southwest event with Rock Nation. So I'm really excited to do that. It'll be my first time going down to that festival. and being able to play at it is really cool. And then from there, we just have more music we're releasing. Just getting into summer and getting ready for more stuff to happen. I'm just excited to be releasing more music. For me, I've been working so much on the business side of things for the past 2 years and doing the artist development side. It's nice to finally be putting out music, and that process is intense, it's challenging, but I love doing it, and it feels good, it's refreshing.
Cool. And what about for Cypher?
Yeah, we're excited about continuing to grow our relationships with companies like Songtrust. We're excited about our artists. We've been working on Wonder, like you just mentioned, for about 2 years now. I mean, we have been releasing music, but this year is different. We're really going to start releasing music. We've found the sound, we've locked it in, and I'm excited to replicate this more with the other artists that we brought on towards the end of last year. We're continuing to work on relationships with brands and different companies. That's going to be a really, really cool thing this year. We have some exciting meetings and events planned for the rest of this week, even while we're up in New York. And yeah, just continuing to hopefully grow, continuing to release good music, continuing to get that music out and spread the reach for our artists and awareness for our artists.
For anyone out there watching, so that they can follow you on social media, what platforms are you guys on?
Yeah, so feel free to follow SYFR Projects on Instagram and Twitter at SYFR Projects, SYFR Projects. And we have a website as well. So if you want to go and check out videos and learn a little bit more about the company and things that we've done, CypherProjects.com.
Cool.
Yeah, and Wonder94 on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. But Wonder94.com is the best place. You can find all social media, music, and that's WONDR. So.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.